What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today, with the new weekly reset, we have some brand new content hitting Destiny 2. Importantly, that includes Riven's Wishes. These are going to be weekly quest objectives that you can go out and upon completion, you can earn some extremely valuable rewards, including guaranteed red border raid weapons. So let's go over everything you need to know about this new activity and the first week's quest. So the first thing you need to do is head to the helm, talk to Mara Sov to pick up the first Riven's Wishes quest. Now the objectives are the following. You have to complete a Rift Generator public event located in the Strand within the Dreaming City. And if you look, it says 0 out of 3 in terms of completions, and then you also need to just do Dreaming City activities. So if you look right here on the map, you can see we kind of lucked out. There was one just spawning in, again, in that Strand location. Now, this is actually a really crazy public event because it's completely unique to this location. It doesn't spawn anywhere else in the game. And what you have to do is defend the Rift Generator. So essentially, there's going to be a bunch of enemies spawning out in front of you, and there's kind of 3 lanes. Like there's a middle lane, a left lane, and a right lane. So the enemies are going to be all spawning in one of those lanes, advancing towards you. If they get towards the Rift Generator, then you're going to go down from 100%. And what you can do is you kill these marked enemies. As you can see in the background gameplay, you can pick up the arc like orbs, and you can transport those back to the generator and heal it up back to 100%. Now, sometimes if you pick up one of those orbs and you go to deposit it, you literally can't, and that's because you're already at 100%. Now, importantly, you may be wondering about heroic. So, to turn this public event heroic, what you need to do is shoot the taken blights that will randomly spawn down these corridors. I wish I had gameplay of this, but our teammates were so on it, they would actually destroy these blights like the millisecond they spawn. So I think you can like maybe see some trails of where these blights might have spawned, but like someone would just absolutely clap them right away. But that's all you need to do. Just as you're defending, keep an eye out for the taken blights spawning kind of in the back and shoot them and destroy them as soon as possible. And if you do that enough, as you can see, you will kind of teleport to the Ascendant Realm, fight a boss that you unlock the ability to damage after killing all of the wizards, and then we have now completed this heroic public event. And very importantly, remember how it said 0 out of 3? Well, all 3 of those points were completed. So perhaps that heroic change is going to give you more progress. Otherwise, you may have to do 3 whole normal ones. I'm not exactly sure, but just want to give you guys that information. Now, as for the Dreaming City activities, what we chose to do, and what I think is going to be certainly the easiest thing to do for a solo player, is simply head, you're already in that Strand location for the public event, just head over to the nearby Lost Sector, Aphelion's Rest, and guys, you can absolutely motor through here, just sprint through the entire thing, get to the end, clap the boss, grab the chest, and that's going to give you around like 6.5%. Sometimes we got 6%, sometimes we got around 7%, but again, it is extremely fast. We're doing it here with a fire team, so if you are doing it with a fire team, make sure that everyone is in the instance at once. Everyone, if possible, can get shots on the boss, and you do have to make sure everyone picks up that end chest and stuff like that. But again, this is incredibly efficient. You can actually summon your Sparrow right here, as you can see, like when you're going outside to reset the Lost Sector, and then just absolutely yeet through this thing incredibly fast. So again, even solo, like you're going to be churning through this Lost Sector so incredibly fast. Some people in our friends list went into like Blind Well, and we were completely done with the quest while they were still farming Blind Well. So just keep that in mind. I think what's going to be slightly more efficient is that if you have the final boss checkpoint for the dungeon in the Dreaming City, like that's going to be probably more efficient, but that's not the best for a solo player. So this is, again, very, very efficient. But in any event, whatever Dreaming City activity you end up doing, once you get to 100% in terms of your quest progress, it's going to update, and now you have to go to Mara Sov again within the helm. So go there, talk to her, and as you can see, she's going to give you the wish token. Now, I did want to check this. Importantly, this is actually a consumable. Like, it will take up a slot, so make sure you have a free consumable slot when you're accepting this quest. In any event, now you get to pick a reward, and this is really exciting because these rewards are incredibly juicy. First of all, you can pick a guaranteed red border last wish raid weapon. So, I am going to be making a video tomorrow going over like what I would unlock first, second, etc. The god rolls for all of these. So absolutely, you just wait around with the wish token in your inventory for that video. But like right off the rip, the important thing is that the most value for your account, I believe, lies here. If you haven't unlocked a single one of these raid weapons for crafting, you are gonna pick one of them, and by the end of this 6-week cycle, you will get enough guaranteed red borders to fully unlock the crafting pattern for one of these raid weapons for sure. Now, some of you out there are going to have mixed progress, right? Maybe you did Last Wish a couple of times. Maybe you're going in and getting the raid weapons from the cheese, and you've gotten a few red borders along the way. So I would also prioritize ones that you were close to unlocking, right? Like, you've got to think about it in that way as well. I think if you are 2 out of 5 for a couple of these, right? And then you want to unlock a 0 out of 5 weapon, well, you now have to think about it. Is it better to get the guaranteed 2 crafting patterns finished, right, that are both 2 out of 5, than to spend every single red border on just unlocking 1 raid weapon, right? So please consider that as well. But moving off of the raid weapons, we also have some miscellaneous rewards. We have a couple of different mementos as well as some important crafting materials. I would put less of a value on this stuff, but like if you really desperately need the stuff, or if you missed out on the events that gave these mementos, certainly that is an option. What I ended up going with is the third option, and that is exotics that dropped within the year of Lightfall. So you can see there's 4 different exotics for each different class, and some of them are quite good, right? Like I would say for the Titan, you have the Abant Leap and the Pyrogale Gauntlets. For the Hunter, I like the helmet for a Strand Builds, certainly, and then for the Warlock, like the Cenotaph Mask is incredible in endgame, but the Swarmers are really popular too, and the Bribe, like, there's definitely good exotics for all of these characters, but you may be wondering, what kind of rolls are we talking about here? What kind of stat distribution are we talking about here? Well, I wanted to go for another pair of the Abant Leap, maybe get some better ones. So as you can see, I made sure, and I would recommend you do this too, that I have the Resilience Armorer Ghost mod on so that when I get my exotic, it's going to get a boost to its resilience. And as you can see, I get those Abant Leaps, and holy crap, they're bad. A 58 stat, below 60. Maybe I just got the absolute butt end of the stick when it came to RNG, right? Like, certainly I do have a big resilience spike, but man, 58 is so depressing to see on exotic leg armor. So be a little bit careful. Like, certainly when I came into this, I was thinking, well, I'm just going to get exotic armor every single time. But if, like, this is the quality of the rolls we're talking about here, I'm much less excited about that. Maybe those miscellaneous rewards are actually going to be more valuable to me if I'm getting terrible stat distributions. Please, guys, if you pick the armor, let me know in the comment section, like, what are you getting? Are you getting, like, low stats like this? Or, again, did I just get super unlucky and you're getting 65, 66, 68 stat exotics? And that would be a lot better. But really, at the end of the day, it's up to you. But frankly, I really don't think there's a bad choice here. Like, you have raid weapons, you have good exotics, and then you have very valuable crafting materials and stuff. Like, all of these things are going to progress your account. So certainly, this is a pretty cool thing. Now, I did switch characters to see if I could get another Riven's Wish on another character, but it seems to be account-based. Now, my alt characters haven't completed the full storyline because I do it on my main character and I hate redoing it on my other characters, so that might be a factor. Like, let me know in the comment section again if you have alt characters that are completely done the storyline. Does the Riven's Wish appear for you? I don't think it is. I think it's definitely account bound. Otherwise, that'd be a lot of raid weapons if you have multiple characters. In any event, guys, that's what's going on. Definitely tune in next week at Reset for whatever the next objective is. We know that even dungeons are a possibility. Bungie did say that like doing a dungeon is going to be one of these quests and stuff like that. So hope you enjoyed this video, found it informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.